anytime you take high school football coaches or high school coaches in general out of anything revolving their athletes, I think it's a bad rule. 99% of the time, high school coaches want what's best for their athlete. They don't care where they go to school. There are some coaches like the guy in Louisiana or wherever it is that are going to try to steer their kids toward their favorite school. But 99% of the high school coaches out there, they just want their kids to get a shot. They don't care where they go. They're going to be happy for them. They're going to love them. They're going to be proud of them wherever they go. So to cut a high school coach out of that, why wouldn't you want a high school coach working a college camp? What's bad about that? Explain to me the negatives in that. You know, without high school coaches, a lot of these kids, they don't have a way to get to Tuscaloosa. They don't have a way to get to Auburn, to Starkville, to Oxford, to Knoxville, to Athens. You start cutting high school coaches and assistant coaches out of this, it's a huge mistake in my opinion. I could go on chapter and verse about stories I've heard about that high school coaches went out of their own pocket to do for their kids. I can tell you a story about how Central High School makes sandwiches for their kids because they don't know if they're going to get a meal at home. They don't know if they're going to be able to eat at home, so they feed them there. And who pays for that? They do. Are they doing it to buy a kid to take them to their favorite school? No, they do it because they love their kids. So you start taking high school coaches out of this stuff, it's stupid. Stupid. Idiotic. Did I mention it's stupid? So I don't, Nick Saban wanted to go off on him. Good for them. I thought the question was fairly straightforward. It irritated him because he didn't, for whatever reason, but it was a fairly straightforward question. Nick Saban could say, well, we're not doing that and moved on, but he wanted to make an issue out of it to steer into this other thing. And the thing he was steering into was, this rule is stupid. Go cover high school sports and see some people have no idea. You go to some of these schools that we cover in Tuscaloosa, we cover, it used to be about 40 high schools when I was on the beat. Some of these kids don't have a way to practice. And when I say a way to practice, not that they don't have a way to get from home to the practice field. How many coaches drive players home after practice? You know how regularly that occurs? You know how regularly a coach might buy a kid a meal because he doesn't know if he's going to be able to eat when he gets home? And now all of a sudden we're going to take the high school coach out of this? Don't even get me started. Are there occasionally rogue high school coaches that do dumb things? Sure. Like the guy in Louisiana that got fired because he wouldn't let Alabama recruit his kids. There's some guys out there like that. But 99% of the high school coaches out there are good guys. And they got into it. Hey, most high school coaches aren't in it for the money. Yeah, it's nice, but not all of them are making $100,000 like the guy at Hoover or the guy down at Auburn. They do it because they like helping kids. Believe it or not, there are people out there that like helping other people. You know, for a long time, I taught at Alabama. I was an adjunct professor. They paid me a little money. It wasn't very much, and I'm not complaining about that because I didn't do it for the money. I did it to try to give back to the college that I went to. I graduated from the College of Communication and Information Sciences. I want that department, that journalism department, to be good. That's why I did it, not for the few $100s I got. There are people out there, believe it or not, that like helping people, that enjoy helping those less fortunate than themselves or helping a young person along like maybe they were helped along earlier. And I know I've gotten on a tangent, but this rule is freaking stupid. And Nick Saban, I hope he calls him out 15 more times for it. And if he has to take it out on the local reporter to get his point across, take it out on me because it's a good point. That's a stupid rule. Way to go, NCAA. I should have made you my dog of the day today. That's a stupid rule.